Hello everyone and welcome back to EU4, where we are actually, we were in a bit of a pickle because of the Aztecs. But fuck the Aztecs, because we no longer need to care about them, because enforced peace is a thing that exists and they'll say no because they're a big fucking empire. Oh, actually, they have an empress. Cool. But yeah, they're a big fucking empire. Which means they want to slap my colony, my colonial nation. I don't want them to slap my colonial nation. Therefore, we're gonna go to war. I'll give them a warning, tell them, yo, bitch, sit your ass down, don't try it. Like, no. Just because they're on a, like, under a different government and they're somewhat detached from the main empire doesn't mean you can just suddenly go and beat the shit out of them. But they'll say no, because they're stupid. And we're gonna go to war. Like right now. Enforce peace with Cuba. Fear of Hellenistic Empire. Desire for peace. Yeah. We are in control. Because of our superior strength and unmatched leadership, we have assumed leadership in the war against the Aztecs in Wichita. From now on, we will handle all negotiations. Military alliance honored. My emperor, we have decided that Cuba is only just worthy of our support in their war. Is only just worthy. Okay. That's a weird phrasing, or maybe it's not and I'm just stupid, but like it just means like they're barely, I think it means that they're barely worthy to defend, which is weird. Not sure how to feel about that, but that doesn't matter. Okay, right now we need to get all of our troops into our own land. Well, not all of our troops. You need to keep going. Yes. Okay. You need to keep going there. This. You lads go there. You sit your ass down. Okay, that should be fine. Now everybody's walking where they should. Now here's the thing. I'm not sure exactly how this is gonna work. Because normally I'd be certain we have like, hey, this is the war goal. We have declared the war of conquest. We're gonna go conquer and we can claim provinces. I'm not sure how much we're gonna be able to claim out of this. I'm not sure because when you enforce peace, you're demanding a white peace. Neither side gains anything. Neither side loses anything. But they refused the white peace. Therefore, we stepped into the war. Which means, I don't know. Like, in my mind, I'm thinking, which means now we're at war and we can basically slap them around if we want to. Like, if we want to pay, like, to take a lot of their land in return for their refusal to a white peace, we can just do that. Or maybe it's just gonna be, like, our winning this war. The fuck? I'm right-clicking, it doesn't matter apparently. But us winning this war can only result in a... No. We can definitely demand land. So that's fine, that's good. That means we can demand a bunch of shit. Now, onto some other stuff that I wanted to deal with. I've discovered something cool, which is provinces of interest. And apparently, our vassals can, like that's a way to indicate to our vassals that they should put claims on certain provinces. That's the way the empire, like the greater empire of the Hellenistic Empire, wants to expand. We want claims on this, we want claims on Orissa, we want claims on basically all of Africa, all that's left of Africa. We want all of Philippines. We want everything we're missing in Australia. And a bunch of stuff all over the place. Everything that Orisa has in here. Stuff like that. And the land of the Aztecs. And that's cool. That's very cool. And I hope that means my dominions will make claims on the Congo, on Kilwa. That way I can avoid, hopefully, I can avoid declaring wars without a CB. Which wouldn't be that bad of a thing, really. It really wouldn't be that bad of a thing. But I'd rather not do it. I'd prefer not to deal with that. It's just complicated and it's bullshit. I don't want to deal with it. Mercenary company, cool. And yeah, there was an update to the great projects, to like all the great projects. I switched a bunch of things around, and now there's a lot of the great projects that we couldn't use before are now usable. Like the Petra, like Saint Peter's Basilica, and some others, like a bunch of others. But on the flip side, a lot of the things that we used to have are now missing because apparently the mod updates in a weird way, and it's like half updated. It's half changed to the new version, which is very weird. But overall, I think it's gonna be a net positive. I think. Ooh, we got another diplomat. It's cool. And another change I made. If you remember, we had a bit of a problem. Well, not a problem. Like we had a thing that EU4 doesn't really give you an option to decide, like, well, certain cultural aspects or like religious aspects of like rights within your country. Like there's a lot, like for a game that's so in depth in terms of politics, in terms of everything really, EU4 doesn't delve into the issue of individual rights like at all, unless there's like stuff in the government, like, unless some of this delves into that. But even that, it's just like a bunch of stats. It doesn't really change much. And there's and like some decisions are locked behind certain systems of government. For example, gender equality, or like at the very least gender equality within the army, being able to, like, giving us the ability to recruit admirals and generals like of either gender, is locked behind a mix of plutocratic ideas and diplomatic ideas. And plutocratic ideas are exclusive to republics, which is weird. It's a weird choice. Why they do it like that? Considering like individual rights. A system of government is exactly that. A system of governance. Bleh. It's not. It doesn't really say much more than that. You know? It's like historically there were things that were more in line with like monarchies. Like monarchies were usually, like monarchs usually claimed to have the right to rule enforced by the divine. But that's not necessarily the case. Like, especially when you have a game that's built on the idea of absolutely trashing the world, like world history. I find the idea of just locking certain things in that way a bit weird. I'm certain it's perfectly balanced and stuff like that, but like, I don't know. I like having a lot of options. I like the freedom to just say, fuck it. I want this religion with this country right now. Well, like, not right now necessarily, but like, officers deserting. Disillusioned by the repeated and seemingly aimless wars of Charicles V, many officers in the army have deserted to seek better assignments elsewhere. The fuck are you talking about? Is this because of the war exhaustion? We don't even have that much. That's just annoying. Repeated wars. Repeated and pointless wars. What part of this is pointless to you? Honestly. Like, what part of this is pointless? Versailles. Versailles has national tax modifier. Honestly, these are good. These are so fucking good. Like, kind of ridiculous, if I'm being really honest. And this gives monthly splendor. Fucking hell. Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, ultimately, our goal is to... No, we're not at war with these lads. Ultimately, our goal is to just claim a bunch of shit and beat them back. Teach them a lesson for trying to mess with our boys. But yeah, like I was saying, if you remember, we changed a bunch of rules and we changed our fucking religion back in CK3 to have gender equality, and we had like gender equality since like way back in Imperator. Like, it's been a thing for the entire series, and the reason it was a thing is because like Sparta had for most of its history a surprising amount of gender equality. Like, Spartan women were some of the few women in the ancient world that actually learned how to fight and were trained and were learned, like, they were thought about as well as the dudes, as the men. Obviously they were not equal, because history is the worst, as some reasonably smart people keep saying, and I tend to agree. But Sparta was surprisingly ahead of its time on certain aspects. For a society, like for a kingdom, for a society built on like the idea of having two kings with just balancing each other out, that's surprisingly advanced. But that's besides the point. So that's why it was a thing for like the entirety of the series. And why I went ahead and like, yeah, it makes sense. Sparta being absolutely just so small and so weak, it makes perfect sense for a society, like for a nation in that sort of situation, to just say, fuck it, I don't care what's between your legs. If you pick up a weapon, if you know how to give orders, then step up. We need skill. This is no time for other bullshit. And that makes perfect sense to me, at least. Which is how that's how I see the series, and from that aspect, like the way it worked. But EU4 didn't have that, and doesn't have the option to say, hey, we have a decision, just take the decision, gender equality, because we need it. Or it would be so good, because you could just like double your manpower, or like your manpower. Sure, like doubling your manpower is very good. Like, that's something you really, really want, and that can be very fucking useful. But it's not really an option. Like doubling your manpower, getting more generals, getting better generals, having a better selection of generals, or admirals, or advisors. Like, that kind of stuff is really good. And it could be very powerful, especially for a weak nation, but we don't really have access to that in EU4. And it's not a decision, it's just locked behind a policy that's locked behind two relatively bad, like relatively weak idea groups, which is, you know, not the best. So I installed a mod, which means now some of our generals and a lot of our admirals are women, which is cool. That's genuinely cool. I feel like we've restored this, because it was part of the series from the very start, and now it's fixed. And if you're wondering why now, after like... Has it been 30 episodes? Oh, hell no. No, it hasn't. But yeah, if you're wondering why now, it's because our heir is a woman. And I was like, I want to make my heir a general, because I wanted an extra general, because fuck it, why not? But I realized, oh, I can't. So I fixed it. Because fuck them. Because fuck it. Why not? It was a part of the series from the very start, and I feel it's just right we keep it that way. Honestly, these lads keep having like this great war score over us. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, Kraken. Go for it. Poseidon, go. Go, go, go. We're sieging everything. Oh. I see what's happening here. Wichita. We can't take Wichita as vassals. No, that's not an option. Oh well. It's gonna be fine though. I feel like we can take this peninsula here. I feel we can take the Yucatan Peninsula relatively easy. We shouldn't have a lot of problems with that. As for expansion in here, I don't know. I'd love to just secure this region and just sort of reinforce these two, like these two provinces for Hellenistic America, but I don't think I can. I'm not sure how much war score I'm gonna have. Also, I forgot about this. We're currently in the process of screwing over our estates. We now control the province. Okay. But yeah, we're in the process of screwing over our estates and like weakening them hard. Just absolutely slapping them. And the reason for that is because in like 4 years we're gonna have absolutism. Which we really, really want. With absolutism, like... Absolutism is that thing that allows you to just conquer the entire map. It's just the way things are. You have absolutism at a high level, you can get a lot of shit done. And with how big our empire is, if we can get 100% absolutism, at least, I think by the time we hit by the 1700s, we can conquer the entire map. Now, this might be an exaggeration, but I feel like that's actually doable for us, considering how immense this empire is. Like, even with how much of a noob I am, it should still be doable. But that's just gonna have to wait. 4 years, get it done. And let me look at my navies. Zalmoxis has hunting fleets in here. Yeah, Rorokidul, you're doing great. Griffin. Oh, and by the way, I put stars next to the names of any fleet that has a flagship, whether it's mine or... Well, no, mine has a diamond, so obviously. But I put a star next to all the fleets with a flagship, with a captured flagship, with a trophy flagship, which means we now have a bunch of them. Well, 2 of them. You're fixed, and you're gonna come here. are gonna be built to this and upgraded. And actually a lot of you are gonna be upgraded now. Oh boy, this is gonna be expensive as fuck. But we're gonna get it done. Wendigo. Upgrade. Noon. Upgrade. And that's it for now. Holy hell. These investments. Kinda wild. New trade research is heretical. Ignore them. Lose prestige. Fuck them. I don't care. Yeah. They should be fine. And apparently we've fixed... Nope, there is still a lot of provinces that we genuinely cannot touch in terms of religion. Oh well. At the very least it doesn't take years on every province anymore. That much is good at least. And these fuckers continue to run around like goddamn assholes. I swear, it's so annoying. We should have a fleet in here, shouldn't we? That's a good spot for them. Well, no, that's not a good spot for them. As soon as those two are done, you return here. Actually, in Bimo. That's probably the best spot for you. Kraken, you're doing great. You, on the other hand, I want you to hunt enemy fleets in the American East Coast. It's just the best way to deal with that. Just the best thing for us. We have to buy stuff, as we do. And you come here. You're doing your job. Good lads. You come here. We're winning this war handily. That's what happens when you fuck with the biggest empire on the map. It's just the way things are. Any of my lads in a bind? I don't think they are. Huh? You're involved in a war, apparently. What's happening? You're fighting the Aztecs? Yes, I know. Oi. Enforce peace with them. Fine. 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 I wasn't gonna do it, but now I'm doing it. I swear, idiots, idiots, idiots everywhere. You see something nice and you think, ooga booga, I want to take. No, you don't take. Cause it's mine. Only I take. Cause I have the bigger fucking fist. What I say goes. Because if it doesn't go, somebody dies. That's what's happening. That's how this works. Absolute imbeciles. But oh well, what can you do? If it doesn't work, they die. If it does work, well, I take it. Which is good. Yeah, well. We'll fix that in a moment. And I win, and I win, and I always win. Wait, don't I have some armies in Brazil? I have, actually. Keep going. That looks decent. You, who are you at war with? These guys didn't get involved, so it's just these two, huh? Fun, let's take these two. Easy. Easy money. Not a problem. Just need to take those guys, smack them. I have these armies, but these armies I don't want to move them anywhere. These guys are at war with the Aztecs. Fuck you, Incans. The Aztecs are mine to break. No. I'm gonna take what I want from the Aztecs. You get the scraps. That's how this is gonna work. Asshole. You. Zalmoxis does a good job here. I don't think there's a point in me hunting them down there. You get upgraded. I really shouldn't upgrade my main fleet. Well, I call it main fleet, but it's like... It's just the fleet with the flagship in it. Which, technically speaking, makes it the main fleet. In a sense. It's the flag fleet, I suppose. We have a flagship in our flag fleet. And we can call the other ones trophy fleets. You fucking jackasses. You really did this, huh? Okay. Fine by me. Fine by me. I don't think I want to expand in this area anyway. And if the Incas decide to take anything here, well, newsflash, anything that's in here, it's isolated. I can just siege it down, then beat the shit out of the Inca and Muisca, and just take it myself. Carib. By the way, Carib is gonna die eventually. They're gonna need to take a beating. Okay. But yeah, that's fine. Medusa needs to get upgraded. You need to get fixed up in here. Cross that river, beat the shit out of them. As you do. Fucking jackasses. Actually, make your way here. Make your way here. And the reason why I want you to make your way here is simple. I'm on this peninsula. Because it's a nice thing to have. It's a nice strategic point that I want. And you go siege that shit down. You're both going up? No, you are going there. Don't go there. Come up here. I want to take bits of this peninsula. Nice. I want to siege all of this, if possible. Also, first government of the East Indies. Say what now? These lads. This is just awesome. This I like. Because these guys have expanded throughout the East Indies. Therefore, they can just sail an army all the way up here. Like they can jump through here and go there, which is awesome. That's just awesome. That's how they got in. Well, is that California? Pretty sure this peninsula is part of California. That's like just on the bottom end of it, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, it's cool. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, this should be fine. Roanoke. I should take Roanoke. Oh. Oh yeah, in here, because we don't have anything more to colonize. Well, do we have anything more to colonize? Yes, I think we do actually. Weirdly enough. We do have some stuff to colonize. Complete the state agenda. Yeah, we got that. Good. Nice. Nice. Aztec separatists. Hellenistic Empire occupied. You go there. I want this island. I want this island. These 3 islands, I suppose. I want them. Now. Navy mission cancelled. You get another mission. Explore again. Northeast Pacific. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay. Hellenistic Empire occupied Eno. And there. Okay. Those two figure that one out. Good lads. As always, we're slapping everybody that's in our way. No real issue. Not all of our fleets have... You need an admiral. Who do we have? We have a bunch of them. Welcome. Welcome to the team. What is this? What's that symbol? What the fuck? What the fuck is that symbol right there instead of like where the hammer would be? Is that a ring? I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what this is. Is it like... Oh, is it exploration? Is the symbol for... I think it might be the symbol for exploration, which is this. Okay, that's kind of stupid. That's kind of stupidly small. It doesn't look like it's... It doesn't look like it's more than one shape. Yeah, no shit, no fleets to... No ship to be upgraded. Good. You get it done. And that's good. Now we keep going. And we're making more money. We're making stupid amounts of money, really. Galleon. You actually need to go there. Yeah, that's a good spot. It's fine. The Kraken. Yeah, the Kraken is fine. You lads are attacking each other. Oh, I can see here, even though I have neither... I'm friendly with neither side. Well, neither of you has a flagship in that fight, but the Mayans seem to be losing. You, on the other hand... I think I might have some words to share with you. And let's see, which fleet is the closest? I don't want to send those guys, just because that would probably mean... If we can get that flagship, and I'm assuming the lads have a flagship. I'm assuming that fleet has a flagship. Athena, you're gonna have him in charge. Go ahead, and you're gonna go hunt enemy fleets in the Northeast Pacific. I know it's a ways away. Northwest? No, northeast. North Atlantic. What the fuck is happening? Northeast Pacific. Well, either way, I want you to sit here. I want you to sit there. And I want this guy to see some shit down. In preparation to like, so Athena can have a port in here. To hopefully attack these fuckers to, you know, not take it into too much attrition. But I think this is it for this one. We've occupied Chesapeake. Nice. But we've started another 2 wars. Because people just seem to think that our colonial nations are vulnerable now that we are not actively involved. But the fuck are they talking about? We're actively involved. We're just not directly overseeing the day-to-day managements in, like, the day-to-day happenings in our colonies. We don't directly manage the colonies on a day-to-day basis. We're just, you know, we still have our armies in here. We still offer protection. We're still like, hey, we're gonna slap you. It's not just our colonies on their own. It's still the empire, you know. But yeah, this is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, well, too bad. Like, subscribe, share, check out my Twitter down below, and see ya.